Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening, everybody. Let's talk about Nwoko. Good evening, everyone. Let me think I have it here. Yeah, good. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Good evening, my people. You're welcome. Call on our people. I'm a bit tired tonight, but I hope to just do 1 hour. Hi, everybody. Good evening to Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. Please come on. Let's have a chat on Regina and Nwoko. Regina and Nwoko tonight. Let's quickly have a chat on that. What's going on with Regina? Is Regina really going back? Nikki Saul, how are you, ma? How are you? How are you? I love seeing you people around me. Thank you so much for coming back tonight. How are we? Let me remove this. I think I have my Bluetooth on and I don't like it on. Let me get the Bluetooth off. Let me get the Bluetooth off. Yeah, I think I have the Bluetooth. Can you hear me? Nikki Saw, can you hear me, please? I want everyone to see this beautiful lady behind me. Hi, everybody. Good evening, everyone. As you join me, you're welcome to Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. Yeah, yes, ma. Okay, thank you so much, Nikki. So, everyone, thank you. Welcome to Prevailing Issues with Ajoke. Yeah, my name is Ajoke, as you know. And if you're watching for the first time if you're joining um, on YouTube, you're welcome to a very beautiful platform where you got to meet lovely, nice, cautious people. And then on Facebook, you know how we roll, Niger Styles and Beauty Tips, you're welcome. So please, everyone, call somebody that we're here tonight again to have a word with ourselves. Yeah, we've been talking about Ned Nwoko and Regina Daniels. Of course, Regina is a young girl. Regina is about 25 now, if I'm not mistaken. And Papa Ned is about 60 something, and they are happily married. They've been happily married until of recent, where we had basbos everywhere on social media. So, and we have been talking about it. The last time we had a discussion on this matter was about DV. Our focus was mainly on DV. So as you come, just get yourself a cup of tea and come join me. We're not going to spend so much time because I'm actually tired. I'm feeling sleepy, but I need to do this program. We need to spend at least an hour with ourselves so that we will get something out today. So our focus then, Mr. Shegun Adigun, how are you, sir? Our focus was on DV and substance misuse as at that day, A video emerged on social media where we saw Regina, shouting, seeking for help, that, she wasn't happy in that marriage, where she said, she has been going through DV and that nobody has been there for her. And so that was how we got to know about what was going on with her. And then later we saw Kemi Olunloyo coming out with a epistle of how Regina has been involved, in substance misuse. And that has always been the issue in the family. And then we now saw Pa Ned himself coming out to let the whole world know that, his wife has refused to go to rehab because she's been on substance misuse. She's been on substance. And so there's always been issues, in the home. And how she destroyed, properties worth billions and all that. So we saw all that. And then, so people started talking about it, advices here and there. I remember that we were here on our platform we really are mad on DV, because I will always be against it. I am an advocate for women and men and even children. I will not sit here and allow any man or any woman, anybody, to be, abused in any way. So we really, dealt with it, and it was clear that, of course, she must have been going through one DV or the other, in the home. And so she's able to speak out now because, of what happened. And, all along, we've not heard anything until, we saw Regina about 3 days ago. We saw Regina in a private jet. We know Paned is a very comfortable man, is very, very wealthy. In Nigeria, he's a senator, he's wealthy. You understand? Oyegbata, you're all welcome. Everyone on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, you're welcome. So we know that Paned is a very rich man, and when we saw Regina in this private jets, people started saying, "Oh, Regina is back to her husband," because there has always been doubts. Even when we did our program here, people were saying she cannot leave because of the wealth, the life she's used to now. She won't want to leave anything like that. That most of these girls, once they taste that wealth, no matter what, even if they are dying in that marriage, they will not leave. So people they've been, having their doubts about, her going away from that marriage, despite the fact that the brother came out to show some evidences on social media of DV, where he showed a pack of eyes and blood-stained whites and all that. So people have been saying no. Even with that, they are not sure Regina will not go back to that marriage, because she's a woman, according to them. That most of these young girls, that how can she maintain that lifestyle? Tony Shotin, you're welcome. How can she maintain that lifestyle? That it is not possible that she will go back, and that their lifestyle has always been that. And then later we even saw Jaruma, who came to say yes, that it was Kayamata she used for the man, before the man, and that it was planned, that it was pre-planned, that it was Regina's mom that planned the meeting up and all that. So, and we have seen Regina's mom coming out to grant interview that she never, she wasn't the one that forced Regina into this marriage. So this has been going on. And then we now saw her in a private jet. And then people now raised eyebrow. Oh, Shebi, we told you. She will not leave the marriage. Even if they won't kill her, she will stay there. Please help me to power tap on TikTok so that we'll get it going. That no matter what happens, she will not leave. Funmilayo Ologunju, welcome. She will not leave. That we should leave her. Oh, that place she go peme. That she will not leave. And I've always said it. No matter what, when you are in a DV relationship, my dear, please take your bag and baggages and leave. No matter what people will say. We have seen examples of people that they are no more, but the partner's life continues. So if you allow anybody to buy you, that's the end. So definitely when we saw that, and then we now saw her in a private jet. So being in a private jet raised eyebrow. People said, she's back. And so the sister yesterday answered people angrily and said, how much is this has been going on for about a week now, are bouncing back, after all the basketballs, we didn't see anything until we saw her in the private jet. And then the sister came out to say, what do you mean by her going back to where? That do you pray? That was when people knew that she wasn't back to the man. That do you pray that you will go through this DV? And she showed where Regina's legs were swollen seriously. So peradventure it was due to beating. So she showed some bruises on Regina's bodies, some part of her bodies. She showed swollen leg, body bruises and all that. And so, which indicates that she has been going through physical assault in the hands of our senator. Do you understand? So that means that Ned Nwoko, that has been accused of DV, is actually or allegedly has been physically assaulting her with all the evidence the sister was showing. So she was just annoyed because people started abusing them, calling them names that, what kind of a family is this? They are back. Yeah, we knew you people, she cannot leave that world. She will be back begging and all that. And so she came out and gave us evidence that come go back to where will she go back for what? Is she something they worry her head? So the sister now said, if it is your own family, you can tell them to go back to such a place. No matter what, my sister is not going back to the place. And we have seen videos where, the brother and the sister have been a support mechanism for Regina. They've been going out together everywhere. And her husband accused one Anne. The Anne he referred to as short devil. One Anne and then another guy, that they are the ones supplying his wife substance. So, and this lady now, showed one person, she took a picture with one auntie and she said, oh, Auntie Anne, and sarcastically she said, the short devil, which means that it is not Anne Idibia as we earlier thought she was the one Papa was talking about. When he mentioned that there is an Anne that was provided, that has always been the supplier of substance. So it is not Anne Idibia. Please, everyone, take note. Regina has clarified that by showing us the Anne her husband was referring to. So not Anne Idibia, for our own correction, because even here we thought he was, referring to Anne Idibia, and we actually said that day here. So I am disclaimer. It wasn't Anne Idibia the man was referring to. So Regina has showed us the auntie, which I guess it is our own auntie. So now let's go ahead now. Yesterday, Regina, we saw her with this. Look at that picture on my this. Which Anne? No. Why would Anne be involved in the first place? Ojulari, Anne has been accused. Thank you so much for the gift, Ojulari. Anne was initially, because of what she has been going through, that they said she has been on substance for a very long time. And when Ned was talking that day, he mentioned one Anne. He said, and because we know Anne has always been a friend to Regina, so people automatically thought it was Anne Idibia he was talking about. So that's why everybody believed it was Anne Idibia. Multiple you're welcome. It was Anne Idibia. So now we can clarify that it's not Anne Idibia he was referring to, another Anne. I guess that Anne is her aunt, according to her. So now we saw her, the private jet, and then the sister now went on when people, started tagging them as, gold digger and all that. That's why they cannot leave the relationship, even though now there she go payment. The sister said, how much is private jets renting? Thank God, she captioned it. Thank God we can rent private jet. It takes only $10,000. So $10,000 is a huge amount of money for me anyway. But for for Regina's family, the sister said, why would you say this is her husband's private jet? I know Ned has always, dazzled her with going on expensive trips, being on private jets, and that was why people thought she was back to the man. And so the sister clarified that again to say, no, they actually rented the private jets. So I've seen a lot of people have said they are just looking for social media validation. Why would they go and rent private jet for $10,000? All because they just want to show that, she is rich herself. Now, 2 days ago, we saw Regina going into a big house in Lekki, and they said she bought the house. People were congratulating her, and she herself was saying, showing off the house to say that, in Nwoko's house, I am nothing, but in my own house, I'm a queen. So, which was, telling us that she had bought a house. People valued the house to be 150 million naira, which to me, I don't believe that, because if it is in Lekki, Aja, let's say Aja, she can't buy that house for 150. It will be more than that. It has swimming pool, it has everything. But anyway, they said that house costs 150 million. So that she has bought the house, people were congratulating her, and and she didn't say, no, this is not my house. And even the brother, everybody, they were saying, it's a house and all that. So because of that, people felt, thank God, that means she's finally, gone. Remember, on my platform, I'm not here to say, hey, babes, don't stay in your man's house. We preach patience, endurance. However, we'll always come against DV. Whatsoever you might see in your marriage, once a marriage does not involve domestic violence, I will always advise women to patch it up. Marriage have their ups and downs. You can't have everything perfect. You can always seek help when your marriage is going through turbulent time. But once it has to do with DV, whichever way, emotional or physical, please do not patch it up. You leave. And so when people were saying she was back, I was one of those that felt, God, the mother has failed. Because if somebody that was not on substance before she moved to this man's house, she married Pa Ned when she was only 17 or 18 years old. She wasn't taking substance. She had no substance misuse issues. And then I gave my daughter's hand in marriage to you, and after 4 years or 5 years, you are coming back to me to say that my daughter is on substance. What could have, pushed her into substance? We analyzed it here, that so many things could be responsible. It could be because of emotional, abuse, and the physical abuse that the man, according to her, she has been going through. And neglect can make a woman do anything. So we have analyzed that, and in our previous video, you can watch that and you will see it. So for a young girl to have suddenly become a druggie, what could have pushed her into it? And so for us seeing her going back will always raise an alarm that, look, that means the mother is not there to help her. Because one of the advice, most of the advice given was that the mother should please do not allow her to go back to that place until you are able to sort it out and really investigate and know the truth about domestic violence. Because if she had said that she had been going through it and you allow her to go back, that means her dead body will go carry comot. So people have been talking about it, and then for her to seek help, since the husband said this is what she has been going through, the mother should not cover it up in any way. They should seek help. She needs to go to the rehab. She needs to do this. And even it has been confirmed by our friend Jaruma that Regina wanted to introduce her to DRUG, that she was in her house and they were doing balloons. And so it was confirmed that she has been doing it. And since they have been talking about, substance misuse, there is no place where she has refuted that she's not on that. And then even the brother has said, yeah, I don't do, I do. The brother agreed that he smokes. You understand? Like he smokes hemp, he does this, he does that. But then nobody talked about Regina. And so people want to believe that, yeah, if she's on it, we'll look at it, so many things that might be going on with her. And then she needs help, give her the early help. Early intervention will help her. And so, then seeing her being back, and when I saw the house, even though people have said, why would she go and buy a house at that age? Come on. If truly she bought the house, I have said it is just because in the first place, Regina marrying that man, people have blamed it on the mother. She has a career. She started acting as a baby. The advantage Funke Akindele has over others is the fact that she has been acting right from childhood. And so, like this particular girl, Regina, her mom is in the industry. She has been a fantastic actress. And then marrying her out at 17, 18 years, people felt it was just abnormal and they thought it's because of the money. So for her to become independent now as a woman is a thing of joy for people like us, because that's part of the campaign. 19, too young. You understand? For marriage, just like that, like being rushed, being pushed to it. And then the father, wasn't happy about it, but she got married to the man. And so if they now tell me that I can find out that she bought a house of her own and she's happy, though people felt it was too sudden, and then the way the brother has been, making it look as if everything is perfect for them. Of course, if truly she has been in DV and she can stand, because it takes, look, people will always ask you, why are you there? When people are in the domestic violence environment, why are you there? You should leave. People can talk, but they don't know what you are going through. It is not as easy to leave a marriage as people think it is, especially when you have children. When children are involved, and this is a young girl, for Christ's sake, who has been used to, affluence, wealth, everything to her own advantage. And then all of a sudden, she feels, no, this is enough for me, and she wants to leave. Marriage is not something people can just stand up and say, especially when you are in a DV environment. Get me right. Most of these men, the narcissistic ones that you're dealing with, it is not easy for you to move away from such relationship. They are manipulators. They make people believe you are the issue, and yourself, you start doubting yourself as the issue here in the marriage. People will see them as a perfect man. They see that man as a perfect man, and they will see you as the real issue. And so when a woman stands up from such a relationship and decides to come out of it, it takes a lot of courage and support from people. So when I saw that she bought a house, I applauded her. I felt really happy for her. congratulations waved in, and people were begging her, please don't go back to Parned. Please don't go back to Parned. Just yesterday, Parned was on interview. See, Papa was doing interview and he boldly was advising men against having one wife.
You know how difficult it is. But to stand on 2, 3, 4 is much more balanced. That's just the example I gave. Yeah. Do you understand it? So I feel sorry for those who have one wives because it's difficult to stand on one leg. And you don't have any regrets? No. You have your way, you still do the same thing again and again. Of course, yes. And you have a knack of marrying beautiful women, young ones too. This is the way. Just imagine telling you to stand on one leg. You know how difficult it is.
Parned Nwoko believes that when you marry one wife, you are standing on one leg. His belief has always been on polygamy, and he stands on it solidly. Of course, he's rich. I always say it, once a man is rich, you can't stop him from doing it. So if it's a rich man, he wants to marry as many wives as possible. Some are brilliant polygamists, like he has always been until now that he married this babe, this young girl, and then all of a sudden things got this bad. He's a senator. He is a lawmaker. He is a lawmaker. And when a lawmaker becomes a lawbreaker, it calls for attention. And so people have been saying, no, this man should even be investigated and all that. The same man, of course, we have not seen where he has been physically abusing her. Do you understand? However, we have seen this girl accusing him of doing it. One would have thought investigation will be Sandy Martin, yes. You understand? So one would have thought that an investigation will have been launched, or what it seems, the way Nigeria is what it is like. So this particular one now, he went for an interview, just like State of the Nation, and because of the recent incident, Sheun asked him on Politics Today that you are a man with controversy. What is happening? You are a successful polygamist. How are you doing it? And he was describing having one wife as having to lean on one tire. That it is not that he's advising. He was practically advising men to go into polygamy. I know so many men want to have more than one wife if they have their ways. But when a man that has just been accused of DV is the one on national TV advising men to go for polygamy, you cannot manage one young girl that you just got married to, and the ills of having numerous wives, part of it is this. Let's listen.
But to stand on 2, 3, 4 is much more balanced. That's just the example I gave. Yeah. Do you understand this? So I feel sorry for those who have one wives because it's difficult to stand on one leg.
Of course, you will feel sorry for those with one wives because remember immediately that incident happened and this lady packed out of the house. We saw Parned with one of his wives in a party immediately. And that was what I said, that look, if anything had happened to her that day, maybe through DV, physical assault, that peradventure she fell down and she died or anything happened, life will still continue. Because immediately while this thing was still going on, there was still outcry of DV. The man was seen with one of his wives, Laila, the Moroccan lady. They were together in a party. That means life goes on. So for all of you in a DV environment, Now, so life will go on when you go. Nobody will hold it for you. So that's one lesson here. And so this man came out to make it look as if nothing happened. Like, what's going on? Nothing happened.
Have any regrets? No, no, no. You have your way, you still do the same thing again and again. Of course, yes.
And he said he has no regrets. Shehu asked him, if you have your way, will you still do it? He said again and again and again. For a young girl of 18 getting married, marrying a papa of 60-something years, having 2 lovely children for that man, and the man decides to take another wife. I am 100 times 100% sure that that will be part of our problem. DV is domestic violence, Ellen Smith. We just shorten it because of TikTok. Part of our issue will have been that, look, how can she would have thought she would be the last hope, the last one in the family, being a young girl, beautiful. What else do you need in a man? This man is still saying, I'm going to marry another wife. So it must have been one of the issues that she must have been going through, because some of the wives have complained that since she came in, she has a lot of things have changed. She has become she's number one anyway in their home. And so this man is still saying he will marry more. And you know what? He marries virgin. He goes for virgin. Although there has been issue on the virginity of Regina. I told you the last time we did a show. I'm not just gingered tonight, I'm tired. But that night, we remember Jaruma came to tell us that she was the one that did one of those kayamata that will make your pussy tight, and then you become a virgin transformation of pussy. And so it was one of those. I know they do it in Turkey. You go and it's just like reformation of your private parts, and they will make it look as if that person is a virgin. But for this girl, as at that time they got married, I told you she was only 17 to 18 years, so it might be possible that she was a virgin. But Jaruma has come publicly to tell the whole world that Regina wasn't a virgin, that she was one of those that prepared that medication for her that made her to become a virgin back, to tighten the pussy back. And Baba felt, he says he marries them as virgin. So he's saying he will do that again and again. That means, and Nick said, believe Jaruma at your own risk. Wow. That means whatever we are saying, even though there was an outcry out there of DV, the man has not even addressed the DV issue. When he addressed it, he showed us that it was this particular girl that is the one who is a perpetrator herself, that she was destroying things in the house. He showed us video of, footage of her destroying things in the home. Destroying things in the home, breaking windscreen and all that. And so we want to believe what he had said. So this man is still saying he's going to get married. More to more virgins, whether we like it or not. Whether you call him an abuser, he doesn't care. He's not addressing it. He's going ahead to have more wives. Now, because of what has been said around, we saw Regina yesterday showing off her house. And then the brother has said, yes, it's their family, it's the home, everybody is happy for her, and they are praying she doesn't go back. To me as a woman, I am coming out to stand by Regina. If truly you bought that house, Regina, if truly your daughter bought that house, Mama Regina, yes, but remember, if truly she's into substance misuse, it is time for you to stand by her. The ill of her being alone in that place will give her all the avenues, license to have her being supplied with substance, if truly, and with the people around her brother, according to the man. Now, there is one issue that has been worrisome. It's about the wedding they had. You remember when Pa married Regina, they did a lot of rituals, family rituals, what do you call it? Um, their sacrifices and all that they did, which they said, according to them as at that time, that means nobody else can sleep with Regina. And it was like an insurance for the old man that this young girl I'm marrying, nobody can ever touch her in as much as I am alive. People have called him names, being, very inconsiderate with the age difference. How can you go and do such marriage to the girl? People that knows the consequences of the marriage. Somebody has come out today to talk. But before then, see how men work. I don't know. Do you know, because they said she bought a house? We saw somebody coming out today to say, Regina, you can't go. A woman like myself and yourself. Listen, I don't know Regina, but I want to stand with her no matter what. Because of the house. This post we. So definitely, Pa Ned has not been able to get in touch with this girl. She too has to be very, it must really be, I can't wait you. It must be really terrible for Regina coupled with her age. Yes, you know, for her, since she left the marriage, since that day she left the home, they have said that Papa has been trying to contact her and her mother. Nobody is coming back. You understand? So, but she left her children, which you didn't even know. But because of the house and then the lifestyle they have seen her living since she left her home, this lady, I don't know, maybe, Papa initially employed the employed Mama Kemi Oluloyo to do image branding for him. It was Kemi that came to tell us, no, Regina, you need help. You need help. By all means, you must go to rehab and all that. The Regina I am saying, I don't know. I am not saying she's not doing drugs. But the Regina I am seeing doesn't look like somebody that needs that urgent help that Kem is talking about. You understand? I saw her yesterday. We still saw her on social media, showing off her house, the new house. And I don't know, maybe it's something I'm not saying. If you see a Regina that really need that help, let me know. But the Regina we are watching, that I saw, is not someone that looks like she needs that urgent help. I am not saying she's not into it, too. Do you get me? But she's not somebody that is that bad for. She might be taking drugs and in minimal form. Do you get me? Oba Lonimi, how are you, ma? Thank you so much for the gift. Because of the house being shown around, they now came out today. We saw a woman showing a house.
Care about the backlash, but as you can see, their pictures are still here. This is their marriage album. So this is her house according to him. She is the only one here. Nobody else comes here. Nobody else comes here. So nobody is making her uncomfortable. But when she begins to do things that are going to make other people uncomfortable, including the staff, she starts to be corrected. And something he mentioned is that he did not touch her. He was not even in the house. And when he told the mom, what is happening? I'm seeing something on social media. She said she thinks it's content. So it's a prank, but that she thinks it's a prank. Oh, don't say, my in-law, don't mind, that is a prank. Only for Sammy to go and post something else on social media. He said Regina has 5 houses faring with the boys. The boys are upstairs. Moon and Khalifa. According to him, he couldn't even go anywhere because he didn't want to leave them alone with the helps or anything. So, mother who loves her kids should be with them, especially when they are very small like this. Okay? He said it again, apart from what he told my madam on the phone, that he did not touch his wife. This is somebody he takes as a sister. This is somebody he takes as a daughter. This is somebody he takes as a queen. He even mentioned it. He has taken her to all the countries of the world that she ever wants to be. He said Regina has 5 houses all given to her by him. So it's not about the money, right? It's not about the houses or the luxury.
Adiola.
One thing is certain, a man will never invest such in you if he doesn't value you. He will not invest that where a man's heart lies, so his treasure lies. So I don't know the people that are misleading Gina or anything, but what he said that he's more concerned, he is more concerned about is the safety of his wife and the mother of his children.
So it is so evident now that Regina has left the marriage. With this video today, this video was released today. This video, a lady showed us the house around. You understand? He showed us that I told you, remember, they got married traditionally where they alleged that Regina cannot sleep with any other person. Talks Ajayi, you're welcome, man, and every other person. That the Regina cannot sleep. JK said, Kem is always hired for such. Yes, you understand that Regina cannot sleep with any other man. And this is Regina that has left the house. So this lady showed us this mighty mansion and said this is Regina's home. That when that incident happened, that Regina left the house, the man was surprised and called Regina's mom. That what is this that I'm listening to on air? What is all this? And Mama Regina told Ned that don't mind your daughter. That's Regina. Don't mind her. She's just doing prank. And that Mama thought Regina was just doing prank and that there was no problem. And that Mama was surprised when she now saw her other daughter and the son posting DV issue. So Mama was like not being sure of what was happening according to what this lady said. That was what Paned told her. This lady showed us this beautiful house. She showed us their marriage wedding album. She showed us everything and said Paned cannot even leave the house because of the 2 little children. That, these little children are just home and Paned cannot leave them alone. They have nannies, remember? They have nannies working for them that are taking care of these children. But Pa said he cannot even leave the children because of, 1960 interior, that he couldn't leave the children because where is the mother? They mentioned something that this lady has 5 houses with her children. Paned has 6 wives, and this youngest one has 5 houses. A Nigerian legislator has, I don't know how many houses he will have. A Nigerian businessman is absolutely rich. Pa that they said couldn't leave the house. You are even talking of the interview that he did yesterday. No. Even 2 days after the beating or whatsoever that they said happened, we saw him with one of his wives in an event. Immediately after the gbasgbos, we saw him. But this lady said, Pa couldn't even leave the house. That who will he leave the children for? You understand? He was out with Laila. Thank you, Favored. He was out with Laila, one of the wives. So I'm now surprised that this lady is making it look as if since she left, the man cannot even step out because of the children. And now, having 5 houses, let's ask ourselves, madam that did the, I know you are a publicist, that's your job, you're doing your job. But you should ask yourself, those houses, because according to what the alleged that we heard was that he promised them everything before he got married to this girl. That the mother said, Pa promised them everything anybody can ask for. But since he got married to Regina, nothing of all the promises has been fulfilled. That's not true. The event happened on Thursday, not the night the incident happened. Check the front page of it. No, I didn't say that night. I said 2 days after. You understand? No, not that night. So, this man, you understand, according to them, promised them, everybody wants good things, oh. And me, I no go lie, oh. But for me, I will not use my own as an example because we live abroad and we are opportuned to have certain things. We are blessed to have certain things and we don't care. Most of our children here do not really care about all those trashy things. But where there is poverty, striking poverty in Nigeria, any mother will give their daughter hand marriage to 100-year-old man. Most of them do not have values. They don't care. It has to do with all about money. So, because of the promises he made to them, she gave their daughter's hand in marriage. At the end of the day, allegedly, that since the man has been buying all these houses, all the houses names that are not named after any woman, that all his properties, that he doesn't buy any property in the lady's name. Now tell me, as a young girl, that it takes courage for you to carry the man thing put for mouth for night. You're doing everything for money or whatsoever, and then you married the man. And then anytime he wants to buy any property, you say, my dear, I present to you Bentley today. And then the whole world will say, oh, Regina got a Bentley from her husband. And then you check the paper of the Bentley. Na pa ne do Nwoko's name dey the which kind thing be this? Anytime he buys anything for his wives, Pa is a lawyer. Papa na lawyer. Allegedly, they said all the properties till the pen in his house, pencil, paper, all are in his name. Temilade, thank you so much for the gift. Thank you. Please help me to power tap everyone. You have not power tapped at all. Please, because they will just take us off as not being active. Nothing in this lady's name. This is the same houses that they are claiming. This lady is claiming that she has 5 houses. How can you be telling the whole world I have 5 houses with my children, but my name no dey for the property? And then the whole world will be looking at me, oh, she's very rich. You carry me inside private jets. I wear bone straight 1 billion naira, but I don't have anything in my name. So what's the essence of being in that relationship? What is my gain? Don't let us lie. Don't let us deceive ourselves. Most Nigerian girls that you see going after older men is because of what they can get out of the relationship. JLK, the man was urinating and she showed him. It was the height of disgrace. Do you know? That is the truth about our own, country, where we are from. You cannot fall in love with a 60-year-old, 70-year-old man without you knowing that there's something out of it. I bet you know the truth. Sincerely. It's not about love. They all wanted Shade Okoya's lifestyle. Because Shade owns all the things, she is the one. And I don't forget that Regina added to his fame. She campaigned for him. Yes, the man himself wanted to use Regina's name and fame. Thank you, Temilade. Thank you so much. The man himself wanted to use. It was a time for him too. They do campaign. All these politicians, they need somebody that has the name too. So definitely, and it's just most of these relationships are transactional. It is not about love. What can I get? What can you give? So many of them will be going out with a married man. For what? Because of what they can get out of the relationship, not because they love the man. Shade Okoya's own that every young girl wants to be like. She sacrificed. It took her long. They had their own issues earlier before they got to this age. Shade is now old. She's 40-something. When she was as young as this girl too, she went through it too. But come on. Shade's husband, when she did her interview, she said, my husband was giving me everything. He's a kind man. I am not saying Papa is stingy. But when a man is a typical Igbo man, typical Igbo, they are very hardworking and they know how to hold on to their things jealously. So this Regina's husband, Pa has not been putting all the property allegedly in this girl's name. So why calling it her house? She has 5 houses. Let's hear again.
Marriage album. So this is her house according to him. She is the only one here. Nobody else comes here. Nobody else comes here. So nobody is making her uncomfortable. But when she begins to do things that are going to make other people uncomfortable, including the staff, she starts to be corrected. And
one of the accusations was that she was slapping the staff. Number one, this is a young girl that, has just seen wealth in a bigger way, and you expect such things from young girls. She got married only at 17, 18 years old. the thing will enter into her head and she'll feel like, yeah, you know, when you don't, something you don't expect and you get yourself in such a situation, you become something else. So it's not impossible that she became rude to her, a domestic staff. But Pa has said it's because of the substance. It means she has 5 houses. She and her church can stay out, not that she owns them. Yeah, I understand that she had. So what's the essence of staying in a place that is not yours, Dr. Honeybad? So what's the essence? So that means it's not her own. Do you get me? So now the husband has accused her of, misbehaving, and that's when they have issues. And that's what the girl has said. That is, she is the one, that has been the perpetrator of DV, because she slaps domestic staff, she does a lot of things to them. And so that is the only time she has issue with Pa. But that house belongs to her and 4 others.
You know, the people that are misleading, as you can see, their pictures are still here.
Because her pictures are still there. Nobody will take the pictures away.
So this is her house, according to him.
Yeah.
She is the only one here. Nobody else comes here. Nobody else comes here. So nobody is making her uncomfortable. But when she begins to do things that are going to make other people uncomfortable,
you will make a woman uncomfortable in your home when you are emotionally or physically abusing them. So many of you guys, or even ladies, that you think only when a man or a woman raises their hands on you is when they abuse you. No. Emotional and psychological abuse are terrible part of abuses that nobody prays to have. If at a tender age, like I said, Kamara, how are you? Like I said, yeah, people will call it greed, whatsoever you call it. But it's because of Nigeria. It's because of social media. Most of our girls now wants to live like the Okoyas, like the Shades. They want to have the life they cannot afford. And so they will marry anybody for the fame and money. And so if this girl had gone into this marriage, and after 2 kids, she starts seeing something else in this man, according to them, a bit stingy with his properties. And then most of the things he had promised her, nothing is coming out. And then, now let's talk about the emotional aspect of marriage. Every woman wants a man to love, to cherish them forever. But once you become a wife, it's a different thing totally. The attention she was getting when she was still the baby girl out there will definitely reduce. So definitely the attention has reduced. The emotional aspect of me and my husband has reduced because he has 5 other wives. And then he said he doesn't go for girlfriends, but I don't believe any man, even if they have 100, they will still have girlfriends. So let's assume he has only 5 other wives. So you don't expect him to be spending all the time with you. This girl will feel lonely most of the time. She will feel like, where is my husband? I want to talk to him at the right. You know, when you are still out there, when you guys are courting, when you are a babe out there, when you are the miss everything, when a man meets you at first, when you are the latest babe, they can call you 100 times 100 in a day. And then you can call them, even when they are in the meeting, they will come, hello, sweetheart. I'll talk to you. I'm in a meeting. I love you, darling. And then you feel like you're loved. You have the security, you have everything. But once, hello, your baby sister, but once you are home, it diminishes. It reduces. He has to spend time with other wives. And then you yourself, you have the responsibility of being a mother, so another responsibility is there for you. You understand? So definitely there is no way you can have that 100% attention. And that might be part of what happened to her that got her into substance misuse, because she will then have friends, her mates, because remember, she's a young girl that still needs time to be with her friends. Hade, thank you so much, ma. She still her age, she still needs people around her. Remember, she is a wife to a politician, a legislator. Now, this lady will have fewer friends. She can't just move with just anybody again. Nobody can come to her house just like the way, like a normal housewife. She's not normal again. Her lifestyle will definitely change because she's a big man's wife. One of our musicians, I saw the wife, anytime she's going out, she goes out with mopos. All her friends reduced drastically. She couldn't go and visit friends, casually again the way she would have done. What most of her own age mates will do, that's Regina, she couldn't do them again. Only 20-year-old girl, 22-years-old girl is being trapped as a married woman without the man being there for her. She becomes isolated. And then the fewer friends she has, those are the top ones, because definitely her status in the society has changed. She has certain people that she can talk to and see. And unfortunately, those are the ones that are, maybe they themselves are lonely at the top, lonely, and they become friends. They have something in common, which is isolation, and they take to something else. They've got no choice. There is nobody to show them that love they are craving for. And remember, I told you her youth was totally stolen from her. Yes, Auntie Inka, her youth was stolen from her. She has been deprived of anything that she could have had as a youth. Now, remember, I said, according to them, though this has been debunked today, I'm going to play it, that the wedding they had for her, the rituals, no man can sleep with her. This is a girl. That means even if it was just to scare her, that means she cannot have extramarital affairs. Some ladies do have extramarital affairs to keep their head, still running. Yes. So many married women, when you listen to their voices, you know that most of them that are being deprived of love and affection, they find it out with someone else out there. But in her own part, she cannot do it because of the rituals. So, double wahala for deadi body. And so, she will stick to something that makes her happy, that will null her pains at a particular time. Of course, they believe that taking substance will always null their pains and they forget their worries. But when the drugs goes off, they still come back to reality of life. But believe me, they need that thing at that point in time because they are down. And the man is not there for her. And so, this lady is asking, what else does she want? She has the houses, she has all her domestic staff, she has everything. No, she doesn't have everything. That's why I always tell most of these young girls, think about it. You need to choose between wealth, money, and love. If truly you're looking for love, you can't get your love from a rich man. A rich man like a polygamist. A proper polygamist like Pa, you can't get what you want from him. If it is just about money, of course, fame, everything you need, you can get it there. That fake life you want people to see you can get it from him. Because you fly in private jets, you buy handbags, your hair, you can't use this type of hair. You use 1 billion naira hair. You're good to go with everything. When they are, where minister's wife, senator's wife, governor's wife, president's wives are, that's where you are. So that is, you choose between love, affection, and real life love. So it's your choice. Now, Regina chose money, fame over love. And then by the time she got in there, after having 2 children, she became depressed and then needed more than money. Unfortunately, it was too late. Unfortunately, it was too late. And so, Ikechukwu said, you are actually choosing between God and mammon. And that's your own translation of it. Translation to me is different from what you're talking about. We're talking about love. You understand? You can call money mammon, you can call it whatsoever, So she chose what she felt was good for her. Unfortunately, it's too late. Now she has seen that this is not what I want. And then when she becomes rebellious, the man becomes like, what the hell? I've been giving you everything you want. And that is when you see that's boss. Because he will act as a father. The father figure will still be there. Grandpa figure will still be there. You are talking of the age difference is about 40 years old. Come on. And then you look at a child enough to be your granddaughter telling you, are you mad? Being a child herself, she will exhibit all this childhood thing. And then the man becomes so angry and then can just slap like as if he's slapping his own daughter. He has forgotten that this is not your daughter, this is your wife. It's a different thing totally. Your daughter, your children, the way you treat your children is not the way you're going to treat me. Though I am just like a child to you, but I am your wife. The age dynamics, the difference, the control will come in play. And so that is where the problem will have started from. The man might not even be beating the other wives, but allegedly, they said Lila complained about that before, initially too. So maybe once they want to become rebellious, he will teach them how to be like, let me reset your brain with a slap. Do you get me? So for this lady asking that question, I've answered that it is not all about love, about money. She needs more than that. She needs a man around her. Unfortunately. Because like I said, according to what they told her when she was getting married, that look, these rituals, no man can see your pattern. While some of her age mates that are even married would have told her, when she complains, when ladies talk, and they will say, this man, do you know that? Do you know the last time we slept together? It's been about 2 months, so chief no even open my scarf. Chief no even open my, or do you know that most of the time I will have to use something to just close my eyes to do with chief because it's not even appealing to me again. Those are the things young girls talk about, believe me. And maybe she's talking to her age mates and they are talking about, sexual adventures with their own husbands. And then she'll be thinking like, grandpa wey I marry sef to leak sef dey pain papa. Papa go say religiously I no dey leak. Or herself too. She will do everything the man thing no go raise. she'll start having it like, oh God, what is this that I'm into? Do you get me? What is this that I'm into? Reality comes back to her. Already she's into it already. At the end of the day, even what I am fighting for, I'm not even getting anything. The money that I thought I am going to get, okay, tell me one spoon that is in my name in this man's marriage. Even those younger ones, I mean, our friends, our other ones that are not married to rich men like her, they will tell you, my husband just bought a house for me, and he sees that most of them, they have all these things in their name. But our own, this man that is, everybody is looking at her, that they will say she has 5 houses, but none is in her name. She will say, enough is enough, Papa. You don't do, make her dey go my papa house. And that is why you heard when she said, in my own house. So when she gets back to her family, or maybe she goes back to stay with mommy for some time and her family, she feels at home there. You know, the peace that comes with you having the people that loves you around you. The joy of having your family that you know truly loves you. Maybe she'll be in that big house that Papa bought for her. 1 month she will not see Papa, or maybe they will speak once or twice a month. But when she goes back home, she will see her sister, see her brother, see mom, see all her youth, her friends that they grew up together with love. That's where she finds her love, her real love, the natural love. But when she gets back home, that's why she will tell you that when I am in my house, I feel like a queen. But when I'm in Ned's home, I am nothing. Despite all the money, despite all the servants, despite all the drivers, oddlies, she feels empty. That's why I say money is not everything. Money is not happiness. Sometimes you get the money and then you find out that there's no happiness in this. Let's listen to her again. Go on.
Her house, according to him, she is the only one here. Nobody else comes here. Nobody else comes here.
Right,
so nobody is making her uncomfortable. But when she begins to do things that are going to make other people uncomfortable, including the staff, she starts to be corrected. And something he mentioned is that he did not touch her. He was not even in the house. And when he told the mom, what is happening? I'm seeing something on social media. She said she thinks it's content. So it's a prank, but
so it did not touch her that day because it was not there. But she did not say he was beating her that night. Some of the boys came to meet her. That is what she said that day. Not that he was beating her that day. But she complained of DV with evidence showing everything that brother and sister are bringing out daily. So not that night. Don't change it like Auntie Kemi did.
Especially when they are very small like this.
Okay, she was saying something.
That she thinks it's a prank. Oh, don't say, my in-law, don't mind, that is a prank. Only for Sammy to go and post something else on social media.
That was when the brother
Regina has
posted
5 houses
DV.
faring with the boys. The boys are upstairs. Moon and Khalifa.
Another point here is that the children, she left the children without taking them along with her. So I start wondering, is that how all of them leave their children when they are leaving? Does it mean that Panet doesn't allow them to go with the children? So if that is the case, remember Fanny Kayode's case with that White, what's that girl's name? Is it White or something? That has triplets or twins that he took away from her for a very long time. He took them, private settlements before she could get her children back. So most of the time, these rich men that all of you are going to get married to, most of you young girls, don't, at the end of the day, don't just, at the end of the day, you find out that you are just a baby mama, baby making machine. Because if you cannot see your children again, you have lost totally. You understand? That means you have lost totally, because at your prime, your beautiful children are being taken away from you because of they've got the power. They are in government. They have money to fight you legally. Remember, there is a manipulation out there about her being under substance. And when you go to any family courts, even here, no matter what defense you're going to bring, once they know you are a substance user, they will consider the other party who is clean. And according to him, the fight between the two of you is because of the substance. So he has told the whole world now that you are into substance. So he has made the whole world believe that you are into substance, and so you are not fit to be a mother. You cannot have the custody of the children. He has manipulated the whole world that you are refusing help. And they will take the children and tell you until you are ready to get help. So whatsoever you are going to bring as a DV, they will ask you to bring evidence. If you show them the legs that your sister is showing and your brother is showing to the whole world, they will tell you that, look, we want where we can see that he was actually eating you. You could have fallen down anywhere and say, yes, he beats me up. Do you get me? He's a lawyer, you're right. So he knows everything that is going to use against you. So you have gone to marry now at your prime. You're going to lose your children to this man. Because for her now, she has left the home. Her children are with the man. And the man will not release the children to her because he will tell the whole world she's on drugs and he cannot leave the children with her. Kim Pre, she don't know what substance is. I don't know, because when I start, substance means DRUG. Do you get me? So I'm just DRUGS. I'm just using that because of because of TikTok, So the man has said now he can't go out. He's buying sympathy from people. He can't go out. Now, I have the children here. I'm the one taking care of the children.
Them alone with the helps or anything. So, mother who loves her kids should be with them. Moon and Khalifa. So social media. He said Regina has 5 houses faring with the boys. The boys are upstairs. Moon and Khalifa. He, according to him, he couldn't even go anywhere because he didn't want to leave them alone in the house or anything. So, mother who loves her kids should be with them, especially when they are very small like this. Okay? He said it.
So this is another way of manipulating her to come back home. A mom that loves her kids should be with them. That's the truth. But come on. This is a girl that ran out because of her own life, saying, no, I cannot stay here again. And then you're now saying, if you really love your children, you should be with your children. but the children that you have taken. So unless she comes back home, even if she's being abused, she must stay in that house. And remember, he said she has to go through rehab. Did you see Regina's pictures today? That's one I posted on TikTok. For everyone, please, on Facebook, I have it posted there. These pictures were taken yesterday. Does Regina really look like somebody who is using substance? I don't know. I'm not into that, so I don't know really. But most of them that we see, when Anne was really into it and she needed Annie Dibia, we could see even her wigs were worn like this. You will see her wig. Let me show you. Her wig was like this. One day she wore a wig and it was showing all her hair, and she wasn't looking good. And you will see it in most of them. Their dressing will not look good. They will look tattered. They will look unkempt. They will look, and then you will definitely see in them that they are not. But she doesn't look like that. I've said she might be taking it, but it might not be as bad as he has painted it.
Khalifa, he, according to him, he couldn't even go anywhere because he didn't want to leave them alone with the helps or anything.
He has left them before.
Mother who loves her kids should be with them, especially when they are very small like this. Okay? He said it again, apart from what he told my madam on the phone, that he did not touch his wife. This is somebody he takes as a sister. This is somebody he takes as a daughter. This is somebody he takes as a queen. He even mentioned it. He has taken her to all the countries of the world that she ever wants to be. He said,
so that's what she wants. I've taken her all over the world. A narcissist will make the whole world feel that, they're doing everything for you. You are the cause of this problem. He says, this is a girl I take as my daughter, as my queen, as everything. They paste every day on social media to make it look as if, yes, the man is a perfect man. He says, this is a girl I've taken to the whole world. And they go in private jets, remember. That is what he wants you to believe, that, she's got everything that makes a woman. But come on, does it make a woman? Our dad is watching me. It is not only you taking me to the whole world that makes me happy. If inwardly I have the sadness in me, that what I am asking for, what my body is asking for, the love, the attention, it is not there. Paned, she is not feeling you again. Maybe when you first started and you were giving her so much money, she wasn't thinking. Now she's got 2 lovely children. She still has her blood, the youthful blood in her. She wants to explore the world now. Maybe she now feels like, no, this is not what I want for my life. I don't want to be kept as housewife and be, bundled in the home. I want to explore what makes a woman. So, Sir Pa Ned, believe me, this particular girl that you are telling the whole world, you are telling us you've brought her this, you've taken her to the whole world, I've taken her from moon to, that doesn't make a woman happy. That's not what she wants now, sir.
Okay? He said it again, apart from what he told my madam on the phone, that he did not touch his wife. This is somebody he takes as a sister. This is somebody he takes as a daughter. This is somebody he takes as a queen. He even mentioned it. He has taken her to all the countries of the world that she ever wants to be. He said Regina has 5 houses all given to her by him. So it's not about the money, right? It's not about the houses or the luxury. One thing is certain, A man will never invest such in you if he doesn't value you.
It's
He
a
will not.
lie. A man will invest in you. My dear, I know you're giving your own analysis, you're giving your own judgments. Like I said, you're doing your job as a publicist. But believe me, a man can invest in a woman for a purpose. And like people have said, allegedly, he wanted to use her for his political campaign. And moreover, he wanted a virgin. And allegedly, he got it in her. He even said it in one of his videos that they only courted for 3 weeks. What marriage can you get? What can you get out of it? 3 weeks courtship. 3 weeks courtship. And you're saying you're investing, a man cannot invest in you if, just for, you can invest in a woman for a purpose. So that is, it is not right, my dear. No, it has his
That where a
mission.
man's heart lies, so his treasure lies.
Yeah,
So I
his
don't know the
heart is
people
there,
that
his
are
treasure.
misleading Gina or anything, but what he said that he's more concerned, he is more concerned about is the safety of his wife and the mother.
So Pa believes that his wife is now being, advised, is being misled by some people out there. That's what most narcissists will say when you tend to know your rights, when you tend to know what to do at the right time. They see you as being rebellious, and then you're not the babe they used to know. They don't want you to know your rights. They take people away from you. They take you away from people. They isolate you. And that is why they're saying, we don't know who is misleading Gina. Gina, you are being misled by you standing up for yourself. Do you get me? So, and Pa says he's only concerned about his wife and the mother of his children. Unfortunately, it is not what, it doesn't look like you are actually, worried about her mental health. It's all about the control that you are losing grip of. Once they start losing grip of the control, they feel like, it's time for me to speak out and rope the person as being, being manipulated by some people out there. Sincerely, in as much as I love marriage, I love people, in fact, I love marriage, I love love, but I would never advise any woman to stay in an abusive relationship or any man to stay in an abusive relationship. Like I said, anything can happen. For every one of you telling Gina to go back to her home because you feel that somebody is asking her, they are teaching her outside, I pray you don't go through DV, the real DV. A man might not touch you, but the pain you go through daily with them cannot be quantified. I pray you don't go through it. I pray you don't meet a narcissist, whether in a man or a woman. They will so much manipulate people around you, and people will think you are the cause of everything. Now, coming back to the marriage, like I said, they have made Regina believe right from the onset that marriage that she was, going into, that the rituals they performed was a very tough one, that she cannot leave the marriage. Now, I'm happy to tell everyone that one person has come out to say it's a big lie. Can you listen to this?
I want to clear your doubts on the notion that Regina Daniels was married under oath. Regina Daniels is under oath because of the oath she took when they married her. She's not allowed to leave Panel. She's not allowed to knock any other man. I was born in Delta State, Ibuzo to be precise, close to where Regina Daniel and Panel came from. Yes, what Regina Daniel did was just normal traditional rites of Ndi and Nyoma, Ukwane village to be precise. It's just a normal traditional rite. There is nothing like oath. Regina Daniels did not take any oath. She's not binded by any oath whatsoever. Regina is allowed to divorce. She's allowed to knock any man and nothing will happen to her. All these speculations that if she leaves Spaned, she will be celibate the rest of her life. If she knocks any man, she will buy. If she leaves Spaned, she will be single the rest of her life. All those things are mere speculations. There is no single truth to it. The way Regina was married was exactly the traditional way, and Nyoma people, Ndokwane, that's how they marry women into their kingdom, into their village. There is nothing like oath. Regina did not take any oath. I don't know why social media likes to speculate a lot. Regina is not under oath. Regina is allowed to knock any man she wants to knock. Regina is allowed to leave the marriage if she wants. And the way it's looking right now, it looks like Regina is about to leave that marriage. All this while, we have been thinking that Regina and her mother, they don't know what they're doing. But now it looks like we are the fools. They really know what they're doing. Regina went into that marriage for national cake. She cut out her own and she's on the run now. She ran as fast as her legs could carry her. You see the mansion she showed us? Very pretty mansion. If she did not cut out her own cake, do you think she will be able to buy that kind of mansion? Just immediately after separating from the husband, she knows what she's doing. Yes, she did not go into that marriage with a closed eyes. She went there with an open eyes and she really cut out her own national cake. I'm beginning to be proud of her. Like seriously. See, the other day she booked a private jet with her own hard-earned money. Like, I don't know if it's hard-earned, but at least with her money. Yeah. Whether it's hard-earned or whichever way, it doesn't matter. But with her own money, she was able to book flights. Like play. She's able to buy that mansion she showed us. So I'm beginning to be proud of Regina. I'm beginning to be proud of her. Yes. She married this billionaire, her children. She bought the billionaire 2 children, 2 kids. And these 2 kids are billionaires themselves for life.
100.
So you see, they are rich kids for life. It's beginning to look like Regina knows what she's doing. I'm beginning to like what I'm seeing. Paned will be crying now, whoa. He believes that he has money. He has a lot of money. Because of that, no woman deserves his loyalty. Now that Regina has gone into that marriage, made also money, why would Regina have loyalty for him? Since because he has money, he thinks that no woman deserves his loyalty. Regina has gotten the money. Why would Regina be loyal to him? Why? I like what Regina is doing. I love it so much. Oh my God, I so love it. I love what I'm seeing. Regina is the smartest person here. Now the Panel thinks he's wise. Yes, he doesn't want to marry Regina in the court because he doesn't want the case of, maybe if there is divorce, he will start to share assets and assets and stuff like that. But Regina, she played her games well. And on her social media handles, she made them open for, she's still earning from there. She opened businesses, clothing line and stuff like that. And she was still acting. I mean, girl is still busy earning money on her name, on her own father's name, Regina Daniels. She did not even change her name. So everything is beginning to play, like she knows what she has been doing. She knows what she's doing all this while. We thought the girl is a little kid, but no, man, the girl is wise. I know what I'm seeing. Panel, you go cry, you go explain entire no evidence. You explain entire no evidence. That loyalty, you didn't owe any woman because you have money. Regina also has the money. Why do you expect her to owe you loyalty? Why? Regina, congratulations on your new acquired mansion. Congratulations, girl. Regina is not under any oath. She's allowed to remarry and marry and remarry. She's allowed to marry any man of her choice. You guys should stop this speculation. The way they married her is exactly the way Anyoma people marry women into their kindred, into their community. It's exactly how they marry. So there is no oath that is binding Regina not to knock another man, or not to marry another man, or not to divorce Paned. They. So I just say make I bring this update to you guys. Don't stop to speculate because everywhere on the internet, this is what everybody is saying, but actually it's not true. If you doubt me, ask anybody from Ukwane village, Anyoma kingdom. Okay?
But who come from Ukwane village, Anyoma? So now we know that, she's free, according to her, For people who knows Unyoma village, Umoma, I don't know. I'm from Isaleko. We don't do that. We don't know anything about that. We do traditional wedding too in Yoruba land, but that doesn't mean you cannot leave the man. You understand? You can leave the man can leave the woman at any time. So now to clear our doubts about, because that has always been the notion that she cannot leave the marriage, that once she goes, her life has finished, that, and no man can sleep with her and all that. Well, she has, erased that doubt from us that Regina can go, and maybe this is what Regina has realized now. And like they said, she has been strategic enough to know that, look, I'm in this marriage. Like I said, allegedly, the girl has nothing in her name by the man himself. But of course, she gets money from him to buy things. She gets some money, he gifts her, and maybe she has been saving herself, because immediately you can't leave a man today and tomorrow you buy a house. That means you have been saving something somewhere. So just like any other person going through DV, I really want to use this opportunity to tell you that it's not, you don't just live like that. Plan your escape routes. Always plan your escape routes. What are those things you're putting beside, so that when you leave, you have something to fall back at? Plan your escape route very well. So she must have been planning. She must have been planning herself. And aside from that, Temilade, thank you so much. Aside from that, when you are in any marriage, even if your husband is Dangote, please have what you're doing on your own. Have your own business. Have your own earnings. No matter what, if she had stopped acting when she got married, or she has stopped doing businesses because she's already in money, maybe she will not be able to stand on her own today. So every woman, you can always become independent when you know that you don't leave what you are doing because you are married to a rich man. Do you get me? Always ensure, thank you so much, Christopher and Igwe. Always ensure that you keep something by the side for yourself, your side hustles. Do not forget that anytime, any day, even your husband's businesses can collapse, and it needs your support too. So most of you make the mistake, and then you get so excited and you forget yourself and rely so much on the man and rely on what you're getting. You don't do your businesses, and then you waste money. Cultivate the culture of savings. Most of the time, maybe Pa will give her money, you understand, give her like she'll say she wants to buy one wig. This wig that I'm wearing that is 20 pounds, she'll say she wants to buy one for 500 pounds, and Pa will give her that 500 pounds. And then if she's so silly, she'll go and buy 500-pound hair when she can buy the same hair for 20 pounds. Nobody will know the difference. You understand? So you cut your coats. You know that this is a man that has not put anything in your name. You understand? If you live an exorbitant life, that is your business. This man that has not, because a man that has been so smart enough to be using his own name for everything he buys for you, that means you too, you need your number 6 to work in. You don't allow any man to get you. Be smart with love. All of you, be smart with love. So that means she has been saving. That means, her job, because she's still working, she's been working. So she knows she needs to keep some money beside. And now, potentially, she has been planning this route, for the past 1 year, and she has been saving towards it. Because when you are going through domestic violence, please, everyone, I come back to it. Please do not be deceived. Whatsoever anybody will say on the internet, Regina, Mama Regina, tell them na you talk am, na your own be that. The only thing that I'm worried about is the custody of those children. So please be smart with Pa Ned, because Pa is a lawyer. Pa knows every manipulative way of doing things. Pa is a politician. Pa is wealthy. Pa has the power that your family do not have. So please be strategic on your own parts. And if it means you being the fool to get your kids from him, please do everything possible. Because at the end of the day, I pray you still have your children. Because with the allegation of substance that he has, patched you with, it might be difficult for you to have the custody of the children. So know what to do to get your children, and whatsoever. Like I said, you don't look at your look as at yesterday. You are still the hot babe we have seen. We have not seen anything in your behavior that showcases, behavior of somebody who is high on substance. Like I said, you might be taking it and it might not be as bad as it is. Yeah, the relationship has always been transactional. She knew what she was going into, and she used, this yes, gaming online. That's the truth. BCO, they both knew what they were going into. The girl knew that, look, I need the money, the man needs the fame from that lady, and then the virginity, whatsoever he uses it for, if it is true. Because some men like them tights, and they want a virgin to have children for them. Some, they said it's for ritual purpose. I don't know, allegedly. But for this particular one, we don't know what it is for. But I'll say one thing, that whatsoever you're going into any relationship for, we all know that the age difference is too much for love. I beg, leave Nigeria. Nigeria, not be here, not be abroad. For Nigeria, forget about love. It is all transactional. So we just want to encourage her. So if it is true that you, Regina, you are on substance, please, it destroys life. No matter how little you have been into it, please, I beg you, you are a very young, beautiful girl who has a lot in stock for you. Your business, you're doing, your career-wise, you're doing well. There are functional substance users. They are addicts, but use it recreational and can function to an extent. So it might be possible, BCO. It's not impossible that, she's one of those ones, but even if she is, we should all advise her, as mothers, to please ensure that, be careful. We don't want to see you losing your life or losing your career totally. Living a man does not mean you're living life, you're living the world. You can do better. And I will always tell every one of us, look at Funke Akindele today. I read something, I don't know if she was the one that wrote it, that they said when she left, when her marriage, crashed, they thought it was the end for her, according to what she wrote. You understand? God bless you too, Abdullahi. That when our marriage crashed, people thought it was all over for her. But thank God today, she has been successful, even more successful than when she was with her husband. Though she's still hoping that one day she will still get married. But if it happens, do not let pressure our girls into marriage. Whatsoever, if truly it was mama, and I will say, even forget about it, the truth is, in Nigeria, most of these young girls that are marrying older men are doing it for money. So surely she has had it, fine, she's out of it. So It's just a lesson for every one of us. Do not let us pressure our children, our young girls into marriage by force, by tulasi. Marriage is not everything. You can be unmarried and be successful. You can be unmarried and do things. It's better to be in your father's house and be happy, your mental health intact, everything working out for you, than being in a marriage and then you are living your life in a miserable way. There is no point in being in a place where you are not loved, where what you want is not what you're getting. You understand? And moreover, raising your children in an abusive home, you're raising angry adults. You are raising hurtful adults, bitter adults. So please, no matter what you do, always remember your children when you're in a marriage and it is chaotic. Please put those children into perspective in anything you do. Let them be number one. You want beautiful children that will reflect what you are going through at home at any time. Children, adults that will come that show love, because somebody who never experienced love can never, show love. You get me? So for this girl to have taken this action, and then you can see that she looks happier. You can see the way she is with her family. It seems it's a safe haven for her when she's with her brother and sister. I can see it everywhere on the internet. They are just like, it's just as if she's just showing her real self. She's so babyish now. You see the youthful thing in her. That's what she wants. I don't think she wants that married partner. She has experienced it. She wants to experience, she wants to experience real love. Pa, you have taken 2 children from her. Yes, please take care of the children and please let her have access to her children. Daddy, normally you should have been under interrogation. You understand? You should have been under, what do you call it? But unfortunately, investigation. But unfortunately, it is what it is in Nigeria. Because if you are being accused as a lawmaker of being a wife beater, you should have been, invited. But it is Nigeria, the powerful Nigeria. So, but for us here, we'll stand by anybody, whether a man or a woman, who is going through domestic abuse. Please always seek help. Like I said, men too go through domestic abuse, but in this particular one, you can see the power dynamic in this, the rich versus the poor, and then the old versus the young, and then we can see it here. And we can see what Regina really wants. Regina wants love, and she can't get it where she has gone to the wrong place. Papa can show only love by, he can't come and stay with you 24/7 like all the sugar boys will do. Like they have told you that you can even do outside, but I don't want you to do outside. Once you are not happy, please leave the marriage and have fun. For everyone, I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for sitting with me, watching this. If you are just here for the first time on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube. And for everyone, follow us on TikTok. TikTok is Niger Styles and Beauty Tips. And don't forget, I've forgotten so much that what we do here is that we sell glasses. Please call me for all your glasses, prescription glasses, sunglasses. Call us on +44 234 +44 7481312624. Call us, please, for all your glasses. We do prescription glasses and we do sunglasses. Okay, please. BCO, just don't worry. Those ones are, some people are just naturally rude. Just leave them. That's what they do. I don't even have power tonight. I just said I should quickly come and do this. because we need to encourage our young ones. Some of them are being told that when you are in a marriage, you have to buy there. No, don't buy in any marriage. A man or a woman, if you are going through domestic violence, please leave the marriage. It doesn't worth it. So call me on +4474813126 for all your glasses, prescription or sunglasses, party glasses. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember, you have only one life to live, and you have to live it to your fulfillment. Please do not allow anybody to underrate you, whether being married. Yes, you can be whoever you want to be. Remember, it's only your hands that can tell you where to go. You have done it. Don't stay in any marriage that you'll buy there. Once you go, my dear. Oh, thank you so much, Unique Force. Thank you so, so much for the mustache. When you want to die in a relationship, you die there. Your husband that spy you will go to jail, or your wife that spy you will go to jail, and the children will suffer the consequences of that beautiful, of that your wrong choice of not living at the right time. You understand? I love you all. I wish us all the best. Have a wonderful night and good night. Love you. Good night. Love you. Good night. Love ya. I'm tired.